Well, Dr. Allen, let's start with where you started,
Okay.
convocation, because it
Yes.
always this stems from convocation.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So convocation is our signature event that kicks off the school year, really for our staff. It is an energizing, motivational opportunity for our staff to hear the charge, build a team, and really get energized and motivated for the school year. So this past year's convocation, I was exceedingly and exceptionally glad to see that we were able to get Dr. Eric Thomas, as our keynote speaker. He did a phenomenal job. You know, our theme this year is we can, we will, and we must. So we introduced and rolled out that theme during convocation. And I will tell you, the feedback that we've received from not only teachers, but staff, you know, this is our entire Beaumont ISD staff, has been phenomenal. Just a lot of support and excitement for this new school year, and especially the message that Dr. Thomas actually shared with our team. So if you were able to attend this year's convocation, as well as previous years, because we have a convocation every year, we have speakers many times, not necessarily every year, but we have speakers many times. And of course, you know, that is customary for many school districts to do that, but you want to get a really good voice, a really good individual who can share your theme, your message, your intention, and really help grow and develop, because it's also a developmental opportunity for our staff. So this year, I'm excited. You know, it was great, and we're still rolling off that energy as we kickstart the 24-25 school year.
And tell me of him. Obviously, a very renowned man, and I'm sure with the busy schedule, so it's probably a good. It was a good get, I'm sure.
It was an excellent get. He spoke. I heard him speak. Well, I've heard him YouTube videos. You cannot go on YouTube and look up motivational videos without seeing an Eric Thomas video. You can't. So I heard him at our statewide conference. He was the keynote speaker in January, and then we had an opportunity to speak and talk, and I said, hey, look, I would love to get you to come down to Beaumont and to be our speaker. So he was very excited, and you know, we've been communicating. Of course, we're going to continue the work, because he's going to be working with and partnering with Beaumont United High School. So we have a whole program that we're implementing, utilizing one of his programs to help support our students and families at Beaumont United.
So it goes on from him motivating teachers and
the
staff.
entire staff now we're
to
Beaumont United. Yes, he's going to be working with a group of students. He's going to be doing keynote with the parents this fall, coming up in a few weeks, and he's going to be mentoring a group of students, monthly check-ins with a group of students. So we're real excited about the support that Beaumont United students are going to receive.
So tell me again. Well, first we kind of touched base. You mentioned it too. The fact that I ended up getting, and again, I guess it's no secret, but that's probably your employees felt the need or were upset and released information concerning that he was paid $25,000 for the convocation, and now with this to Beaumont, and I'm just saying what they sent to me at Beaumont United, $48,000 for that program. First, your idea that got, in a way, even though it was not private, but yet it was released to the media that way.
Well, you know, that's disappointing to me as a leader, because first of all, there are ethics involved in everything that we do. And it's actually unethical to go in and take information. Not that we're not transparent, not that we can't release or wouldn't show information, because all of our information is very transparent in the school district. But that was very disappointing to me, that a team member would go in and unethically pull documents, take those documents and share those documents with the media. That's not the type of environment that we want to foster within our organization. We want transparency in the community. I totally and completely and 100% agree. But I will share that we are very transparent in Beaumont ISD. Transparency is a two-way street. So we produce information on how we spend and how we utilize resources every single month in our monthly board meetings. So you can go on the website right now, click any month, and you will see every purchase we make in Beaumont ISD that is over $50,000. If you attend our board meetings, you will hear how we actually spend and the justification and the rationale for the numerous programs, resources, partnerships that we have in Beaumont ISD. This is not unusual. This is not something that is over the top, I would say. Not at all. This is an opportunity, I feel like an exciting opportunity for our kids to really learn and grow from an individual who, you know, has an experience and a background that is really going to help move them forward. So that's the part that's exciting to me. Disappointed about how the information came about. And the feeling or the sentiment maybe that, oh, BISD isn't transparent, very transparent. We have received an A or superior rating on the Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas, or the FIRST. It's called the FIRST system in Texas for, I want to say, 6 consecutive years in a row. So that's how our state grades us on how we handle and manage our finances. You know, our audits, we get audited every year. In November, our audit will be coming out. We get an unmodified audit consistently in Beaumont ISD. And again, if our community, which I encourage our community to please come to our board meetings, listen to the dialogue and discussion, hear what we're purchasing, hear how we're spending the resources, their taxpayer dollars, hear the dialogue and the discussion and our justification, because it's there every month. You can see that every single month. You can go back to our board books and look in that section, and you'll see every purchase that we spend of taxpayer dollars that's over $50,000, it's included. It's included there. So, you know, again, we are very transparent as an organization and expect the accountability from the community. However, accountability is a two-way street. So you have to want to engage with the information that is actually put out for the community.
And what would you say, obviously you've responded, but what would you say to those in the community? Because the people, you know, they say, that are saying, what's your response to them when they say, oh, this was not sound judgment at a time when the school district's going through, you know, financial challenges, like a lot of school districts in the state, and then the keeping of teachers, for instance, they're saying, hey, that $48,000 could pay for a teacher's salary, and yet, you know, as far as, and it should be spent more on teachers than this on someone from the outside. So what would you say to those folks that question the soundness of hiring someone like this when they think that it can be used in better ways?
So we utilize resources for our kids. Everything ultimately goes back to us meeting the mission and vision of our organization for our students. So we are making an investment for our students. So utilizing a program that we have programs that we spend more than $48,000 on for our kids. We show those programs and those resources, as I stated, on a monthly basis. This is an investment in our kids. An investment in our staff, you know, through convocation is an investment in our kids. If my staff is motivated, excited, enthusiastic about engaging in the school year and kicking off the school year, and with the we can, we will, and we must mindset and attitude, that is beneficial and directly impactful to kids. We budget resources for professional development. We budget resources for opportunities for programs, and like this program that we're implementing at Beaumont United. I guess I still struggle with some of the frustration when you look at our records and our documents and you see so many other programs that we implement that cost much more than this program that we're implementing costs. That's why I don't necessarily understand why the criticism for this.
And then on that same note, teachers who might feel that, because obviously, you know, there are teachers that every teacher wants to make more and you want to retain teachers, but in a way, is it fair to say that y'all are working on that?
We are absolutely working on that. And when you look at districts across the state, so many more districts, you know, they have passed deficit budgets. When I talk about, and I'm not saying those districts are not being fiscally responsible. I'm speaking for Beaumont ISD. You know, our board, you know, has made a decision to, you know, we're not going to pass a deficit budget. I'm seeing districts all across the state who are really and truly struggling because they've given increases and essentially utilized money that they did not have for that school year and are pulling out of their fund balances. But every district's story, every district's finances are different. We have made, I cannot even tell you how much we comb through our budget, and we review, we analyze, we reassess, we move, we shift so that we can eke out any amount that we possibly can to give employee raises, increase employee compensation. For me to give a 2% raise is over $3 million, okay? So you really can't compare $3.2 million expenditure to give a consistent raise to a one-time expense of $48,000, okay? So you can't compare them like that, But I will say that for Beaumont ISD, we have diligently worked in an environment like most school districts are working in an environment where we're not receiving additional funds for the state. Now we're making a choice to not bring to our community a deficit budget. Our board is making that choice to say, no, Dr. Allen, we don't want to bring a deficit budget. We don't want to do that. So what we want to do, of course, we're moving forward, with planning a voter-approved tax rate election, so that we can hopefully, if the voters approve, have additional resources, an additional $13 million that we would be able to utilize to increase teacher pay, increase those, security enhancements, continue to have programs, on our campuses. So we have diligently and consistently been working on teacher compensation. And if you go through the analysis, we have increased employee compensation. Of course, it has not caught up with inflation. It doesn't match the rate of inflation, and that's what's frustrating, to me as a leader, because I know what our teachers needed. Our employees need additional resources, but I don't think you can compare, this expenditure to, why doesn't we just give, that to a teacher? Well, we want to increase in compensation for all employees. So again, for me to do it is much more than a $48,000 expenditure.
So bottom line, you're very pleased with what you got out of this speaker and what you will be getting out of this.
Yes, very, very excited. He's excited and motivated and, ready to kick off the work coming up this fall at Beaumont United. And again, the feedback, our staff loves convocation. They love the opportunity during COVID when we didn't have one for a couple of years. That was one of the things that, my teacher advisory group said, hey, Dr. Allen, we need to bring back an in-person, live, face-to-face convocation. So, every year we try to add to it, we try to enhance it. And this was a year that I'm really proud of the work from the convocation committee and the impact that Dr. Thomas had on our staff.
And on the motivation part, do you find yourself, do you feel your teachers are, I guess, motivating teachers? That's always a challenge for anything, but do you feel BISD is doing a good job of that?
I do. I feel like when I was in a classroom last week, visiting, making my first day of school rounds, and I was standing outside the classroom, and I hear the teacher tell, I think it was a 6th or 7th grade class, I heard the teacher say, we can, we will, we must. And the kids repeated, we can, we will, we must learn math. Let me tell you something. They didn't know I was out there, but that just gives you an example of how the motivation and our theme being pushed down throughout the organization, how that's impacting the kids. So when kids are speaking what they can, will, and must do and learn math, they're going to do it. So I'm excited about it. I can't tell you how much of a great job I think that he did, and looking forward to the continued work.
As a partner for the district.
Absolutely.
Anything you want to add?
Well, anything else?
I would just say, what would you say to people who might ask, why is only Beaumont United getting this program?
Well, I will tell you that, when you look at resources, you look at the resources that schools have, Beaumont United is utilizing a portion of their, title funds. We have to use certain portions of money for parent development because that's why we're utilizing parent development. They have more resources for some of these types of expenses. So that's why we're focusing, at this time on Beaumont United and making the opportunity available to that campus right now.
And right now, based on that, so there's what he got paid for that, and pretty much it's a $48,000 for his partnership for Beaumont United.
I don't know the exact. I can't tell you the exact amount for the additional work that he's going to be doing over the course of the next year with Beaumont United. So it may be 48 or more addition. I can't tell you the exact amount right now. I don't have that for you.
Yeah. But so far, you've been pleased with the partnership with them.
Well, we hadn't started that work yet,
Yeah.
so our initial partnership was partnering on, hey, this convocation and the message and the theme and the tone and the energy and the message. I'm very pleased, and I don't expect anything less with the partnership for Beaumont United. I really don't.
Anything? What y'all think? You think we covered everything?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was good. I'm glad a good point on the Beaumont United, just so people.
Well, they have additional resources,
Yeah.
so depending on the percentage, title students that you have, you get actual more federal money and federal dollars. So, Beaumont United has a healthy amount that they can afford to invest some of those resources, in a program like this.
That, yeah.